Level 1. The Birth. You've won the Westerosi lottery. You are born the Crown Prince, the undisputed heir to the Iron Throne. While peasants freeze in the mud, your cradle is lined with Myrish silk. Your toys are carved from dragon bone, and standing outside your nursery door are the most lethal knights in the Seven Kingdoms, sworn in white cloaks to give their lives for yours. Sounds like the perfect life, right? Wrong. The moment you took your first breath, a countdown started, and the clock ends with a knife in your back. Because being the heir doesn't mean you get to rule. It means you are the single biggest target in a realm of cutthroats, liars, and ambitious lords who would happily burn your house to the ground to advance their own bloodline. The small council sees you as a pawn. The Master of Whisperers knows all your secrets. And those white knights at your door, they answer to the king, and if he decides you're a threat, they won't hesitate. Forget the tourneys and the songs. From childhood to the moment you finally sit on that throne of swords, every day is a fight for survival. You weren't born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. You were born to die. Level 2. The Golden Cage. You might be a child, but your wars have already begun. You think your mother's embrace is safe? Think again. To her, you are a shield to secure her own power against court rivals. Let's talk about your meals. Those sweet lemon cakes you love. You have to sit and wait while a nervous servant takes a bite first, risking his life just so you can get a treat. You've seen one of them die right before your eyes. Those noble-born kids running around the courtyard with you, their fathers sent them here to be your companions. But really, they are prisoners. If their fathers decide to rebel against the crown, those kids you play with will lose their heads, and you will be expected to watch without flinching. Your education isn't about poetry or math, it's about paranoia. Your maester makes you memorize the sigils of every house, not for history, but so you know exactly whose banners to look for when the treason starts. And then there's your father. You are his blood, but you are also his replacement. Every time the lords smile at you, your father's paranoia grows. In this castle, just growing up is a threat. You survive childhood by learning one crucial rule: trust absolutely no one. Level 3. The pawn in the game. You've hit adolescence, a time when most kids figure out who they are. But you find out you're just a piece of meat to be traded for swords and ships. Forget falling in love. You are betrothed to a girl from a powerful rival house. You don't love her, she despises you. Her uncle probably slaughtered your grandfather in the last rebellion. Worse, you realize the walls of the Red Keep are alive. The Master of Whisperers watches your every move. A misplaced joke, a secret letter, a drunken rant. It's not embarrassing, it's treason. The small council starts inviting you to sit in on meetings. They smile, they pour your wine, and they flatter your ego. But make no mistake, they are testing the waters. They want to see how easily you can be manipulated. If your father is a weak king, they will try to use you to overthrow him. If he's a tyrant, your growing popularity is a death sentence. This is when the first real attempt on your life happens. Not on a glorious battlefield, but a hunting accident in the Kingswood. You survive, but the lesson is permanently scarred into your mind. To wear the crown, you must become a monster first. Level 4. The target on your back. You are a man now. The realm expects a strong warrior prince, but the battlefield isn't where you'll die, it's the tourney grounds. To the lords, jousting isn't a sport, it's a political opportunity. A splintered lance through your visor is a very convenient, tragic accident that easily changes the line of succession. In the grand melee, you aren't fighting for glory. You're fighting off 3 nameless hedge knights who were quietly paid a bag of gold by your own uncle to make sure you never walk out of the dirt. You survive the mud and blood only to return to the real war, the small council. But now, your eyes are open. You see the treason clearly. The hand of the king is secretly massing an army. The master of coin is bankrupting the crown. And your aging father, He's too blind or too drunk to see the knives closing in on his own family. So you make a choice. If you wait, you die. It's time to strike first. You give the order. You become the exact monster you've spent your entire life hiding from. A rival lord chokes at a feast. An ambitious uncle suddenly falls from a high tower. You've cleared the board. The king is dead. Level 5. The Crown of Knives. The bells are ringing. The High Septon lowers the crown onto your head. You've won the Game of Thrones, right? You are the most powerful man in the world. The celebration doesn't even last the night. The lords who helped you clear the board now want their payment. They demand lands, titles, and seats on your council. You go to the treasury to pay them off, only to discover the brutal truth. Your father didn't just leave you a kingdom, he left you crippling debt. The gold is gone. The Iron Bank wants its due. You have to raise taxes. Suddenly, the small folk who cheered your name at the coronation are rioting in the streets, screaming that you are a tyrant. You retreat to your chambers, but there is no comfort there. Your queen is secretly sending ravens to her uncle, plotting to install your newborn son as a puppet. Paranoia becomes your only friend. You start executing lords for treason based on whispers. You fire the last few honest men on your council because you mistake their honesty for defiance. You stop sleeping. You look in the mirror and realize you look exactly like the mad father you despised. And then the raven arrives. The final trap is set. The lords you couldn't pay off have allied with the family of the uncle you murdered. The realm is in open rebellion. Level 6. The Trap Springs. This isn't chess anymore, it's a slaughter, and you are the prize. You call for your bannermen, but the ravens fly to empty fields. No one is coming. King's Landing falls into a starving madness as the enemy chokes your supply lines. Inside the keep, the betrayal is absolute. Your master of coin flees with the remaining gold, and the master of whisperers quietly unlocks the gates to the enemy vanguard. The bells toll, but not for your glory. They signal the city's fall. As the screaming reaches the throne room, you draw your sword for a final stand. But as the doors splinter, you realize the threat isn't in front of you. You look back at your Kingsguard. They don't draw their steel to defend you, they draw it to finish you. The crown is a trap, and the teeth just snapped shut. Outnumbered and bleeding, you collapse onto the steps of the Iron Throne, the cold truth finally setting in. You didn't fail because you weren't smart enough. You failed because the game was rigged from the moment you took your first breath. Power isn't a prize in the Seven Kingdoms. It is a curse. A new king will sit on the throne tomorrow. He will wear the same crown, face the same paranoia, and eventually meet the exact same end. So I have to ask, if you woke up tomorrow as the heir to the Iron Throne, what would be your very first move? Would you try to play the game, or would you take the first ship across the narrow sea and disappear? Let me know in the comments. If you survive this life, you might be ready for the next one. Hit subscribe, because next time we are exploring the fate of someone much simpler, but just as tragic.